Hello, hey y'all, hey. So today, Professor TOT is going to show you all Descript desktop, and we're going to test out a little AI voice. So Professor TOT's over there preparing the stage, and I want to just say welcome to another episode of Eat the Cake, Drink the Wine, and Fuck No People podcast. And this is our tutorial edition where Professor TOT is our podcast technology professor. And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to her. But first, please be sure to subscribe to the page, hit the bell to get reminders when things are being posted or when we're live. Be sure to like, because we want to know that you like the content. We don't want to waste our time. And we want to be sure that YouTube pushes this out to those that need it. And welcome on this wondrous podcast technology journey with me, Coach Top, your host of Eat the Cake, Drink the Wine, and Fuck Them People podcast. Because in life, a positive mindset will get you farther than a negative mindset ever will. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and turn this over to Professor TOT. Hello, hello. This is Professor TOT, your podcast technology instructor. And today we will be going over Descript desktop, where we will be testing out some new functions because there's now an AI voice that should copy the voice that you put in. So let's jump in. And please remember, you can always hit pause. If you have a question that you feel the video was not answering, please put your question in the comments. I promise that I will research and reply, and I think a video reply will be better than a verbal reply. So I will let you know when the video reply is ready, if it is warranted that a video reply is required. So jumping on over here, what you can see is your now. I think I'm gonna be doing Professor Top British accent the whole girl. Me, I can't do it the whole episode now. But we'll start out with it. So we're over here, and everything's saved on my drive. We have quick recordings, we have voices, we have templates. I'm gonna click on voices. As you notice right here, it has Professor TOT. I'm the owner, so this is supposed to be the voice. I haven't used the voice yet, so we're going to do it together. And then I'm going to, I wonder why I've never, here it is. Let's listen. Let's listen. So it says enter room, enable room tone. The script automatically adds matching room tones and gap clips in your media, making edits sound more seamless. You can enable, disable room tone for a project and project settings or on each gap clip in its audio properties. So it says create your overdub voice. So now we're learning something new. We recommend watching this short video for detailed instructions and tips on achieving a realistic voice. Just complete the following steps. Add recordings of your speech. Upload or record at least 10 minutes, we recommend 30, of English language speech in your voice. You can also paste media from existing Descript projects or try recording our training scripts. Submit your voice ID. So when you click submit, record your voice ID and complete your submission. We'll filter out any audio from your recordings that doesn't match this voice ID. You're done. We'll email you when your overdub voice is ready. It takes 2 to 24 hours. So I'm going to click enable room tone. This version history says it's pending. Okay. You can submit training data. You can look at instructions. But I'm going to go up here because I want to record. So you can click it from here or you can click it from here. You can add a file from here. You can start writing or you can start from a template. So let's see if I click start recording. And I can do the camera. I can do the screen. I can do audio only. So I want to record. I want to use the camera. I want to choosing this camera, this microphone, this computer audio to record a script, set my transcription language. But before I do that, I think I closed it by mistake. Damn. Okay, I closed it by mistake. I don't have. So, what we'll do for the sake of the training. Oh no, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Okay. So, Control C. And I'm going back into the script. Control V. So this is my script is in here now. This is what I'm going to read. Okay, so I'm going to click record. And I'm recording with the camera into the script. I want it in English. I think it will not record because I'm in here. Let's see if we can do audio only. Oh no, that's a screen record. I can do screen record. Well, what screen is it recorded? Let's see. We're gonna find out. Record into script. Okay, drag to record part of the screen, press space to record full screen. Okay, so that didn't work either, so let's try audio. Y'all, this is my daddy's glasses. I had a very interesting conversation today. One of my bestest friends. They knew me before anybody, like before anybody knew me. And during that conversation, I realized many times they had been very defensive. It was a really good conversation. And I realized this person has never given themselves grace. They've never realized I did the best I could do, the best under the circumstances I had. It's possible this person had been raped. Not sure you can say that. I don't know if it's true or not true. You know, sometimes you just read between the lines. This defensiveness they had, it was as if they were trying to justify their actions and things that they've done over the years. And they kept sending me messages after our conversation. And I was like, hey, this is really your higher self having a conversation with your current self. Sometimes you need to just sit still and listen to the conversation. It will look crazy when you're talking to yourself. Like, who has spent their entire life with you? It's okay to talk to yourself. It's okay to listen to yourself. But now, when yourself starts telling yourself to do some crazy stuff, then you need to get some help. Go see a therapist. Don't hurt nobody. Don't even hurt you. Get some help. Now, as I realized that this person had not given themselves grace, it made me take a look back on my journey in social media. And I realized I never really gave myself. I have private pages, and I actually took the liberty this week to go in and look at some of those private pages. And I scrolled way back to decades ago when I was first starting social media. And I know at some point people were concerned about me. They were like, "Are you okay? Like you ain't getting to sleep. You keep posting." And I was just posting different stuff. And I was learning how the different platforms work. Like some platforms work better with text only, some work better with videos, some work better with just pictures. And I was like, I'm fine. But I was really enjoying the journey. Even now, I'm still enjoying the journey. But I've never given myself the grace to say, hey, you're learning all this stuff on your own. You're teaching yourself. You're not going to know everything. And there's so many people that really give me accolades, but I haven't given myself any. How can I expect someone else to really trust me in my newfound AI love? Because I just love AI. If I can't give myself praise, if I can't give myself accolades. So you have to learn how to not only give other people praise, but you have to give yourself praise. And you might be wondering, well, when you say grace, what do you mean? Well, you know how they say the Bible says that God said that His grace is sufficient? Your grace should be sufficient. Your grace for you should be sufficient for you. And your grace for others should be sufficient for them. But if you consider yourself giving someone grace and they're still hurt and they're still in pain and they still can't get over something you did to them, then maybe you need to sit down and have a better conversation and take you out of the equation and listen to that person and how you made them feel. And then hold yourself accountable, whether you knew what you were doing or you didn't know what you were doing. Hold yourself accountable and just put yourself in that person's shoes and understand how they feel or how they felt. Try to connect to their pain, because connecting to pain will help you have empathy for a person. When they say walk a mile in my shoes, it means understand my pain, understand my struggle, and give me the same grace that I give you. We have to learn to give each other grace. So as I kept thinking about their journey and my journey, I realized, you know what? It's okay for me to give myself grace. It's okay that I was tired of doing that and I wanted to do this. It's okay that God says stop doing that. I need you to do this. And it's okay that I listened, because I can't see God, but I believe He exists. So when I hear God, I have to trust I'm hearing the God in me, the higher me, my highest self, tell me the best thing for me to do. And I have to give myself grace if I was wrong, that it wasn't God and it was really just my ego. I still have to give myself grace to know it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not know everything, but it's also okay if you want to dive into everything. There's no limits to what you can do in this life. Never, ever, ever allow someone else to hold the pen to your life story. Now, if you want to let them hold the pencil, that's okay, because you can use the eraser to erase it. But the pen, that's something that's there, is inked, is permanent. Don't let someone else hold that pen. You hold your pen. Just like I decided to hold my pen on social media. People will get so annoyed. Oh, put your phone down and you're always supposed to. But what if I want to listen to those people? I want to have those moments where I can like have memories pop up. Miss my kids when they were younger and we're at the beach playing, and my son is burying his little man that he played with, and he's only 6 years old. I wouldn't have that moment or that memory if I was so concerned with someone else and what they were thinking and what they were feeling. So it's okay to be a little bit selfish. And you can still give yourself grace if you realize that you were being a little too selfish. It's okay to give yourself grace. And it's okay to give other people grace as well. So When I said season 2 was coming August of 2023, I had a vision. When I left the podcast summit in Miami, I was going to go. I was like, whoa. And I was trying to figure out what camera to find and what this to get and what that to get. And then I said, you know what? In my head, I'm already a celebrity. Let's go ahead and do a celebrity status. So I hired a production crew. So I actually paid production to come in the house and record me when I'm doing the podcast. And I have to give myself grace that I didn't take the same route everyone else took. I decided, hey, if I'm the creator, let me create my own path. And who says that I have to record all of this stuff? Who says I have to do that? Nobody. And at some point, I'll outsource the editing. But right now, because I'm probably a controlling person, even though I'm in denial about it. When you have a vision and you like to have your hands on things, you need to understand every piece of it. And you can collaborate with other people, but you can't collaborate what you do not understand. You have to understand it in order to speak the right language and the right words to give someone the vision that you see in your head so they can help bring it to fruition. And the only way for me to learn the language, I have to give myself enough grace to learn it. And I decided to be very transparent by placing these trainings and teachings on YouTube. And it's going to be hilarious 5 years from now if I'm still doing it. When I look back and say, wow, look how far I've grown, because I'm really touching some of these platforms for the first time, and I'm showing you guys, hey, I'm just trying to get my podcast together. So my initial vision was I was going to have this nice little setup on my patio, and it was going to be a group of people. We were going to sit around and talk, or we would be in the front room on the couch having a conversation, or I would be in this big chair sitting under the Al Pacino picture of him in Scarface having a conversation, or I'm sitting at my desk and I'm looking at computers and I'm overlooking the night view through the big glass window pane that's right there. Or I'm standing in front of the glass window and I'm at my whiteboard and I'm writing and I'm helping people see what I'm seeing in my head and what I'm seeing with my mouth. So I want to give them the visual aid that they need. Or if I'm over in the hall area where I have my chakra banner standing, or if I'm in my room that's covered with designer bags from my shopping sprees, or if I'm in the closet and I'm putting on my makeup because my closet's kind of big. Like, okay, I'm not. You just have to see the video. But I had a vision that I had production recording these moments, and all I had to do was focus on the product, the project. And then I realized, okay, I need to do the editing because I don't necessarily trust to give it to somebody else right now because I don't know how to articulate what I want it to be. And I want to have full control over what's cut, what's edited, what's kept. So I decided to learn these things myself. And I said, hey, let's make season 2 about showing people how I'm laying my podcast foundation. And let the interviews and all of that good stuff, let it start in season 3. So season 1 was my beginning where I was just really sharing my feelings. And that's when I decided to have grace, to extend grace to myself of what I went through in my past and what I was uncovering and realizing through my shadow work and how I was implementing these new boundaries in life and how I was meeting new people and how I was letting go of old people. And I decided to give myself enough grace, but also be transparent enough to share it. And that was the platform that I used to put it out there. So that's how the podcast was birthed. And it was birthed during a 6-month social media. And doing podcasting just kept coming into my paradigm. So one day I started researching and I found Anchor FM and said all I needed was an iPhone. Well, just a phone. Pulled out my iPhone and pulled up the app and one day I started recording. And I gave myself grace in that first recording. I gave myself grace when I recorded the intro. I gave myself grace when I went and played around and started putting noises. And I gave myself grace when I started adding music in. And then season 1 was a wrap. And then Anchor decided Anchor didn't want to be Anchor anymore. And now Anchor is part of, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it merged with another platform. But I think the merge was a good thing. And then all of a sudden I found out about the podcast Summit merely weeks before it was about to start. And I put a vision out for that. And everything I visualized occurred. I met everyone I wanted to meet. I got pictures with everyone I planned on getting pictures with. I got the information that I needed. I had a plan to come home and execute. And I was stuck at the camera and I said, hey, I don't have to do this. We can just pay somebody to come and do it. That's our production crew. So we started with production and then we realized, hey, wait a minute. We got to do some kind of editing. Even though it was said, don't edit your podcast. No, we're going to have to do some kind of editing. Because we want to have some level of growth because it's pleasing too, right? And then I realized, okay, I need to have full control. So I need to learn how to edit. So here we are. Me starting out with a script from a video that the music muffled over what I was saying. And we tried to go in and do some edits to it in Descript. And then we came and dumped it into Descript desktop. And the goal was to try to do a voiceover. And now this has turned into the same message, but a lengthened message with things that were never in that first video. And the title is still the title. Give yourself grace. Nobody in this world is perfect. We all came with an agreement for whatever task we agreed to do. That was our agreement. And the goal is to understand karma and fulfill your karmic debts and not create any more karmic debts while you're here. To manipulate the energy to create the life that you want. If you keep putting out negative energy, then you're probably going to have a negative life. But if you put out positive energy, you're going to have a really positive. Like no matter what life throws at you, you're going to find a way to find it positive. And that's going to be your guiding force. That's going to be the thing that's going to help you keep going to the next level. That's going to be the thing that's going to push you when you just want to call it quits and say, I just can't do it no more. It's going to be that positivity that's in you that you realize, hey, nothing just happens. Everything happens for a reason. It looks like it's falling apart, but I believe God has put it together. I really wanted them to stay, but if they left, that means God is sending something better. I really wanted this house, but hey, if they didn't accept my deal, then I really wanted to buy those 5 acres of land. But if that deal wasn't go through, that means God has something. And that's how I look at everything. It's like God has something. And sometimes you come to that crossroad where you have the option. Do you want to keep what I gave you? Or do you want to give it up for what I really have? Because sometimes you have the option to settle. You can settle on whatever level of life that you choose to because you have the ultimate choice. But whatever choice you make, you have to hold yourself accountable and fully accept whatever those consequences are. And when people hear the word consequences, they always think bad, negative. But consequences are good as well, right? The consequence of your actions. Well, if I did something really, really positive and really, really good, we say the result of what you did. The result of you doing all of your homework on time and really studying like you need to, you received an A on the exam. The consequence of you not doing your homework and not studying for the exam, you made an F. But those words really are the same difference. They mean the same. It's just one when you say it, people automatically think positive because positivity is attached to the word result. And when they hear consequence, they think negatively because negative is automatically attached to consequence. But a consequence is a result, and a result is a consequence. Part of the law of polarity. There's always an opposite. So if I do good, I'm expecting to get good back. If I do bad, I should know what goes around comes around. If I plant an apple seed in the ground, I'm not looking for an orange tree. I'm looking for an apple tree. If I plant some collard greens, I don't want black-eyed peas coming up. I want collard greens. If I plant sweet potatoes, I don't want Yukon Gold coming up. I want sweet potatoes. So I hope you guys are connecting to, you get out of life what you put into it. And when it's not going the way you want it to go, just give yourself some grace and know that it can get better and just look for the positive. Always look for the positive in any and everything that you're doing. And even when that positive doesn't look like it's there, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace for not being able to see the positive. But if you ever want to borrow my rose-colored glasses, feel free to come have a conversation with me. We can talk over a cup of tea. We can talk over a glass of wine. We can even talk while eating a slice of cake. But I hope that this message resonates with you as much as it resonates with me. And this goes to show, if you just start the process, the perfect results will come in the end. Thank you for joining this episode of Eat the Cake, Drink the Wine, and Fuck From People podcast. This is Coach TOT, your life coach, and Professor TOT, your podcast technology instructor. Please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page, hit the bell to be notified when we are live or posting new engaging content and tutorials. Please comment, be sure to like, and whatever you do, please do not forget to share my shit. Thank you for joining. Peace out. We love y'all. Bye.